Howdy folks, Kel Kellogg here. Have you ever been out on a good, fish on, fish off, fish on. Oh yeah. Oh, he's jumping all over back there. He's tearing off line. That's a good fish. I was just getting ready to give you a tip, and I will give it to you once I get this fish in. Gotta mind both these lines here. Use the pedals. Lead core rod pays off again. That fish was 5 feet deep on an orange trolling fly. Ooh. Solid fish. Come here, you. Whoa, there we go. That was hard. Oh, that's a nice clean rainbow. Woo. He is just a little smaller than I want. I'm gonna go ahead and release this guy. Look at that fish. Look at that fat trout. What a beauty.
FishHuntShoot.com offers a variety of tackle as well as rods and reels designed to get you on more and bigger fish. Check it out today at FishHuntShoot.com.
Well, before I was interrupted with that big, beautiful rainbow, I was about to give you guys a tip. I had a pretty much wide open bite this morning on orange trolling flies, and then all of a sudden, about an hour ago, things kind of shut down. I was having very few bites. I'd kind of strayed up the lake to an area where I hadn't been catching fish, but honestly, I didn't see any real difference up there. It's all kind of shallow, flat water, lots of weeds and stuff like that. Now, at the point when I stopped catching fish, it was real tempting to start playing around with different lures, but I didn't do that. You got to look at the big picture when you're out trout fishing. The bite was going on, the fish were hitting orange flies, and then they stopped. What changed? Did the conditions change? Yes, they did. I went from overcast skies and a little chop on the water to blue sky and glassy conditions. And I really suspected that the glassy conditions were the culprit. So instead of starting to change lures and go through my whole tackle box, I started to work my way back up the lake, back into the areas where I caught fish this morning. And as I was going south, I started seeing chop developing. As soon as I got into that chop, I got here near the island, I got almost an instant hookup. So it wasn't that the lures, were wrong. That part of the bite hadn't changed. The conditions just had changed, kind of shut things down, but now the bite's back on. I'm feeling real confident. I didn't change my lures. I've got on 2 orange trolling flies. I got to get the second one out in the water here. But I'm going to stick with that pattern until the fish tell me that they don't want that lure anymore. But the conditions are favorable, and I'm sure that I'm going to continue catching fish here all afternoon long. The moral of the story is, when you're out on the water, look at the broad picture. Look at the broad perspective. If you're on a hot bite and the bite stops, ask yourself, what changed? What's going on here? And then start playing with those factors one at a time, rather than going right to the tackle box, start going through a bunch of stuff, kind of ruin your mojo that way. So change 1 or 2 factors at a time. Consider the broad perspective, and always think about the conditions. Sometimes the conditions change. You'll go from overcast to clear skies, and you do have to change lures, or you have to put on a lure with less flash, or you have to troll with the sun at your back or at the nose of the boat, stuff like that. But always think about the conditions and think about how those conditions might affect the temperament of the fish. Sometimes you'll be right, sometimes you'll be wrong, but it's always worth considering before you go to the tackle box and you start just putting on all kinds of lures. Now, that's just my mileage. There's some guys that are different. Changing lures gives them confidence. When I used to fish with Gary Morales a lot, man, he'd have a lure on for 5 minutes, and if it didn't catch a fish, it was coming off. And I gotta say, well, back then Gary would outfish me every day. Now we're probably similar skill level. Catches just as many fish as I do, and I catch just as many fish as he does. But we do have a little bit different style in that respect. I'm more patient with my lures, and he's still changing lures like a maniac, I'm sure. So anyway, tailor your fishing to your particular style, but always look at the broad perspective and ask yourself, why did things change? If you got them yesterday and you're not getting them today, there's got to be a reason. If you got them 2 hours ago and you're not getting them now, there's got to be a reason. What changed? Answer that question and you'll be back on the fast track to success. Anyway, that's my perspective. I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button and please click on over to the Fish Hunt Shoot Productions website and check out my store. It's jam-packed with a lot of cool gear, including my yellow signature series lead core rods, which are proven to be extremely popular all over the country, not just in California. I've sent these rods this last week as far away as Virginia, Connecticut, some to the Great Lakes, and some up in Oregon and stuff like that. So anyway, check out the store. You guys have a great day. I'm back on the troll here. I'm going to work my way around the island and kind of continue to the south. I'll catch you later. This is Kel Kellogg. I'm trolling into the sunset. Thanks a lot, guys.